the number of children you have, their data, the number of information about your grandchildren. Every child of yours will be captured. Come to your blood sample. Your blood will be taken. Yes, your blood will be taken. Your blood, including your bank accounts, where you work, your bank accounts will be information of your. Let me finish. Then you can ask. The information of your bank accounts will be taken. That of your work, where you work, the number of jobs you do, all that information will be captured. Your GRA, everything about you is captured under the national data system. I'm now producing you as an individual. So I key in your name, say phone number, so, and I press, your name will appear, Natalie, what family name will all come. If I key in Natalie, there'll be 1 million or 2 million Natalie. So I just add your date of birth, and every information of Natalie will be out. This is the system I want. I'm building an infrastructural system, and a data-driven economy based on data that every Ghanaian individual has. We have the data of every Ghanaian, and that data now will be giving information for institutions like National Health Insurance Card. They will pick their data from it. Ghana card. That will now implement a new Ghana card, not the one that has been compromised with so many foreigners' names.
That's the current Ghana card.
But people have 2-3 Ghana cards. Somebody is not a Ghanaian, he owns a Ghana card, and somebody has done a Ghana card, you cannot find it, and all that. Ghana card is limited to certain data. So forget it. Forget the Ghana card. The national security will derive their data from the data system. Immigration will get their proper data from. So every day, the national data system is upgrading and feeding all the other irrelevant institutions because they cannot be capturing. So what do you call it?
So say you're sworn into office. How do we actually do this? I mean, as an individual, as a Ghanaian, am I to walk into whatever office and then present this information?
We're going to create offices in every community to build this system. In every community, will have an office to help build this, to collect this information to build this system. We have young men out there, the IT boys who have come from schools. They are now turned to Sakawa boys and all this. They have unique cyber security information. They are there, the cyber guys.
Now, I don't mean to compare yet again, but how then do you assess Dr. Bawumia's digitalization drive and going heavy on something similar to what you're proposing?
My e-governance system. Because of this national data system, I'll be running an e-governance. Because without the data system, you cannot run digitalization. How do you run digitalization when you don't have proper data? You'll be picking 1 or 2 small information and calling it data. That is not data. Digitalization is not happening in Ghana. It's just a fact of picking certain institutions and adding up their data and like you people are doing. Your cameras are no more people standing behind it. You just fix a camera. That one you do. That one is not Bawumia.
It's not comprehensive.
It's not Bawumia's doing. Is it from Bawumia? Is it from?
So you're saying he's running on existing innovations by companies in the tech space. So
these things are what he comes digitalization of what do you call it? Thank God he did this GPS thing. They are all information.
Are you saying they're scattered? His digitalization drive is scattered.
Yeah, they're scattered all over. They are not coordinating.
They're not coordinated.
No, data system will coordinate every information, and so with the national data system, whatever you want to do, you get a fingertip. Okay. It gives you the information. So when you turn 18,
but it will take time to build. It will take time to build this infrastructure.
Lazy people think that we don't work. We need 8 hours to be president. I don't need 8 years to be president to do work. With my 4 years term, I will not run for president again.
You will use those 4 years to make sure it's as impactful as it can be.
If you are not working, even 8 years, you can't do anything. We are 8 years. Tell me. Our CD is 17 CDs against the dollar. We are paying the most highest price of every commodity in the market. So let me go. My policies will help you address this. So after the data system, the next point is a national development plan. All these while, our big politicians and our stakeholders have been shouting, national development plan, 20 years national development plan, 50 years national. What have we achieved from the national development? Nothing.
So you're going to create a national development plan of how many years?
The system gives you the information to plan.
How long? What's the duration? How long is your national?
Immediately. Because when I have the data, I can plan quickly as possible.
Using the data.
Using the data. I will know how many, the deficit in agriculture, in food security, I will know the deficit in the
sciences. So it will be a scientifically backed
Yes, I will know the deficit in healthcare. I know the deficit in every sector with the data.
Okay.
So it helps me to build the first policy, a national development plan.
Right.
Once I begin to plan this, even students, when they're coming out of school, they're no more going to come and become a burden.
You would know which industry
they're going. And I'll know the kind of students I want to train with the data, whether I want to train the sciences, the arts, or whatever, the business. So with the national data, we now move to national development. Now the national development will now make us turn Ghana into production, manufacturing, and industrial hub. When we turn Ghana, we now begin to produce the food we eat, the food we import. We spend $1.2 billion importing rice every year, over $800 million importing oil, and all that. So we turn Ghana into a production, manufacturing, and industrial hub. Turning Ghana into a production and manufacturing means that we have to produce, manufacture, and industrialize. And before we do that, I will come with another policy called one of my biggest policies called the economic lockdown.
Okay, briefly explain that.
I'll lock down the economy after 1 year when we import all the raw materials, like the way we locked down under pandemic. What did we learn from the pandemic lockdown? Nothing. We only thought of Russia-Ukraine war being the cause of our incompetence and our crisis. No, we should have learned something from Russia-Ukraine war, and we didn't. I did. So I am going to now lock the economy down to make Ghana a production, manufacturing, industrial hub.
And by locking down, you mean not importing?
Not importing. So we're now going to produce 24 hours.
Be forced to produce.
We are going to now begin to produce as if there's no any other country in this country. Manufacture as if there's no any other country. Industrialize as if there's no any industries in the world. So it is Ghana. So we are locking down our borders. No import, no export, until we build this Ghana to have enough raw materials and food to consume and to export. And before we can do that, what it means is that we are now going to increase our workforce. To increase our workforce, bring me to the 24-hour economy.
Right.
Now where we have to now run a 24-hour economy, 8 hours for production in the morning, 8 hours manufacturing in the afternoon, 8 hours of industrialization in the evening. Thereby running a 3-shift system and Ghana working 24 hours non-stop.
So your 24-hour economy policy is off the back of locking down our economy.
It's part of it. It's locking down the economy, making Ghana production, manufacturing.
Does the NDC understand the 24-hour economy policy that is being proposed?
They don't. The understanding of the 24-hour economy is totally different from my understanding. What I'm telling you, I am the originator of the 24-hour economy. So listening to me, you will understand that what I'm telling you is totally different from what they're telling you. So because we work 8 hours a day and we sleep 16 hours. A country that sleeps more than 2 hours cannot be a productive and economically independent. We've gained independent with our strength, but our mind is still not economically independent. We still borrow. We're borrowing from nations. We are becoming beggars in every country.
Now, you generated this 24-hour economy policy. In a minute, help Ghanaians understand what it is, because many say that the NDC have failed to. So in a minute, kindly do so for me.
I am talking.
We'd have to make use.
So we spend 8 hours working, and in the 8 hours, we drive 1 hour to work. That was 1 back home. We play games 1 hour. We use 1 hour for break. We bet 1 hour. Then we work 3 hours, and it's not productive. I am going to make you run 24-hour economy. Every Kenyan worker will work 2 shifts, and we have to import. Yes, we have to import labor. The 24-hour economy will not allow us. The labor force we have cannot sustain the 24-hour economy. It cannot.
The labor force
cannot in Ghana cannot sustain, because the production, manufacturing, industry, we are going to increase productivity 24 hours round the clock. So the 3-4 million. 6 million Ghanaians workforce or 8 million cannot sustain those works.
So essentially, you're saying that the 24-hour economy, whether be put forward by the APC, by the NDC, is not feasible because we do not have.
I am telling you what we have to do to be able to achieve the 24-hour economy. I'm not shouting 24-hour economy. I am telling you, I'm building institutions, and the institutions one after the other. We are building on top. So 24-hour economy. Now we go to labor force. What is the purpose? Labor force. Their welfare is important. In Ghana today, we take monthly salary. And because it's monthly salary, when you take your salary, less than 1 week, your salary is finished. And it becomes very difficult for you to sustain yourself.
Right.
So APC and Hassan, after introducing 24-hour economy, increasing labor force, I'm now going to change the salary structure to be bi-weekly salary structure, What it means is that Ghanaians will now be taking 2 weeks' salaries.
You collect salary every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks, and no more 1 month. So all workers in Ghana will now be earning 2 weeks' salary. Then we move on. The welfare. You see, the labor force at 2003, 651, patched labor force monthly wage and minimum wage at 18 cedis 99. I'm going to change it from 18 cedis 99 to make it 150 to 300 Ghana cedis monthly, a daily wage. And now increase monthly wage from the 1,000 Ghana cedis to 5,000 Ghana cedis every month. So I'm also increasing the labor force from 150. Then the next one, for production, manufacturing, and industries to be able to produce at a lower cost, I will implement free duty, free port. The goods and raw materials that will come to Ghana are going to be duty free. Your car that is coming, you don't pay duty anymore. So duty free economy. So goods and raw materials will produce at a very low cost. And then this. Now the next policy is ECG. The companies are producing at a very high cost. And because they are very cost, they can't break even. So prices of goods and services in the market are increasing every day. In order to be able to continue to build this policy, you have to be able to cushion the industries, manufacturing and companies and production companies to produce at a very low cost. In doing that, I will give them duty-free and flat rate. So right now, ECG, no household, single story, would pay more than 200 Ghana cedis a month. So every household will pay 200 Ghana cedis. Shops and offices will pay 100 Ghana cedis. Saloon, barbering shops, containers, all these shops will pay 50 Ghana cedis.
That is it. It doesn't go beyond
it. Doesn't go beyond it. Same as water, because they are producing at a very high cost. And when they are producing at a high cost with ECG, you can imagine how much. Storage building like this will pay 200 a month. Compound houses, all other houses, I have calculated and I know how much Ghanaians are going to pay. So production will be very low. So as a country, when we now have free port, flat rates for water and electricity, I have to come in as government to regulate the market. So there's going to be.
You didn't mention security though.
I'm counting, but you are already stopping me. So I don't have the much time. So I'm going to pick those that I want you to hear very quick, and then we can wrap up.
Right.
Then I'm now going to have what you call price guarantee and control system. That every commodity in the market will be determined by the government. Nobody will increase the prices of goods and services anymore. We're losing everything. Most of the prices of goods in the market will be determined by, because I'm giving you free port. You are not paying duty free for the prices. You are not paying high electricity for it. You are not paying high water for it. So you cannot increase the price the way you want. No. I must control that too.
That would be regulated.
That will be regulated. So that Ghanaian citizens will now pay very less. The most expensive commodity in the world is in Ghana. Anything in Ghana is the most expensive. This pen is cheaper than any part of the world because of duty. People cannot clear. Now we're losing the harbor, and people are moving their goods from Ghana to Togo to clear, and the harbors are empty because of duty. You can't bring car and clear. So your car will be duty free. You are not paying duty for your car. You are not paying duty for your container. You are not paying duty for your item, raw materials you bring. It's free. You pay taxes. I'm implementing only 5 taxes, and you can clear and go and produce, cushioning the Ghanaian citizen. Let them produce at a very low cost. Ghanaians can now afford and become sustainable in their country.
Right. Now, finally,
I have so many policies. I can't finish.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure
having a long chat with you.
Pleasure is ours. Thank you so much.
Have patience with me.
It's all good.
I am
looking forward to December.
I am eager to build, and that's what I said. I'm not in a rush to be president, but I'm in a rush to change the crisis in Ghana. Very well. Dr. Hassan Ayariga, founder and leader of the APC. And that does it for the Natalie Ford Show this evening here on GHOne TV. As always, we leave you with something on Natalie's take. Now, I wouldn't want to make it too wordy, but of course, Dr. Hassan Ayariga is from Boko. We see what's going on in Boko. And the message I'd want to leave you with is, as he puts it, Ghana first. We're all Ghanaian. And so despite, no matter where you're from, which tribe you are, Ashanti, Akan, Eastern, wherever, Ghana first. And all of us should ensure that this situation in Boko does not escalate any further. Whatever we can do to ensure that there is peace, let us do so. Let's put Ghana first and prioritize peace come December 7.
and forever with our country, Ghana. Thank you so much for watching the Natalie Show. Have a beautiful evening.